Hello Mzansi, my name is Itumeleng Selepe and welcome to a beautiful episode of The Future, a show whereby we get to have a conversation with Black entrepreneurs on how it all started, how it's going and what the future looks like. Today I'm in Maboneni in Johannesburg to come to have a conversation with Dr Zama Mda, who is a podiatrist and also has got his own practice. Talk about Black excellence. Come on, Mzansi, you don't want to be the only one that gets to be inspired. Now call your friends to call their friends. Be glued on the TV. Do not touch that dial as we explore his journey, his field and entrepreneurship. Now without any further ado, let's get into it. As mentioned, we are in the doctor's consultation room currently and about to have a conversation with me. How are you, doctor?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am good, thank you, and thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having me here.
I am so excited about the career path that you've chosen and I cannot wait to explore it. But first things first, I want to know the person behind all this amazing work. Who is Zama Mda?
Zama is a boy from the Eastern Cape, the rural area, small town. It's a very historical town because it's close to the Lesotho borders. So a lot of people during the apartheid era used to pass through it, going to find refuge wherever. I'm very soft, soft but kind and adventurous. I like to explore a lot of things. I like to connect with people. I like to be around people. I don't think I would have went to any career that doesn't involve me interacting with people. So when I discovered this one, for me it became like my safe heaven. So yeah, that's me. Age, I'm 26. I have 4 siblings. Thank God my mom and dad are still alive. Amen. I started with podiatry. I started practicing podiatry last year, late last year in August, and then before that I had to go and learn from a very good Black woman.
But before we get into that, right? In terms of your journey and your career and your entrepreneurship, in terms of that, I think it would actually be an injustice to speak a story of Black excellence and not like involve family, because with us it takes the entire village.
Yes,
what is the impact that your family has played in who you are today?
They played a big role in my life. I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for them. And each one of them individually, they have their own role. I wouldn't say this one did this and this one did that. All of them collectively, they were the best. From my mom, my dad, the siblings. Should I include friends? Because also friends
friends are family nowadays. You become family.
I had good. It's like everything just came into together and everyone around me was there throughout, and I learned a lot from everyone, and I thank God for the love also, the support.
Absolutely. And any maybe specific traits that you've taken from your parents that you're currently like,
my mom mostly. A lot of traits I got them from my mom. My mom was how do I even say it? But she's always been a go-getter. My mom wanted to do things that outside of her area. She wasn't just looking at where she currently was. She would I think it started when I was when I went to high school, and then that's when I started to see there were similarities, and then mostly with the conversations I'll have with her, sometimes the doesn't have to be those deep conversations, just those short ones, but they make a very much impact.
Okay. And so you mentioned that you come from a small town.
Very small.
How do you even begin to dare to dream from a small town? Because I assume that you haven't seen much.
Mm-hmm.
How do you dream outside your horizon?
At that time, again. So one thing that helped me is because I think I'm different. So I didn't see anyone around me. So in my mind, I wanted to find the people who look like me and who talk like me, and who want to do certain things like me. So for me, in order to dream, I had to look around my area. It's not like there's nothing to dream about in my area. There's a lot. There's a lot of successful black people, just that they choose to stay in that side of the country. For me, I wanted to explore the world. There's still more that I wanna do, because I don't wanna be restricted into one area. I wanna expand. I think the world is ours to explore.
Absolutely.
So that's what I wanted to do. And I wouldn't know where to start. I don't know.
Because I'm thinking in terms of where you are right now, right? Are there any people of your specific career in your area?
Not one. There is one woman who's a podiatrist, but she practices here in Joburg. And she tried to practice back home, but the hospitals, the government hospitals, there's a lot of procedures and sometimes no budget when it comes to this kind of career. Because a lot of people think podiatry is like a luxury, but it's not. It's like a basic need for everyone. So everyone who thinks about their foot, they think, why do I need to see a foot? I can still walk, even if I have pain. The fact whenever they have a foot problem, we are not the first person that they think of, because they don't know, and it's not even accessible to them. But when you come to the cities here, even the public hospitals, they have like podiatry, even the clinics. So it's like also the social factors. They are the ones that are making things hard for people.
Can already imagine. Well, then they're back at home. After the break, we get to explore more on his journey, as well as being an entrepreneur. We'll be back just after this. Welcome back, and we're still in conversation with Dr. Zama Mda, who's a podiatrist. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes. So I wanted to ask, because I'm very curious, of all the careers that you could have chosen, right? Because I'm just thinking to myself that when I was young, I didn't even know that this career path exists. Why the specific one? Why did you want to become a podiatrist?
Podiatry actually chose me. I didn't choose it.
I love that. You answered the call.
I had to.
I love that.
I knew I wanted to be in health medicine, but I never thought that I would actually be doing the feeds. I didn't even know about it. Apparently, it's a long story. You can fill it in now.
So, from someone who's sitting there at home, right? Just a brief summary for them. What is a podiatrist?
A podiatrist is a healthcare practitioner that deals with the foot, ankle, the lower limbs, up until the hip. So what we do mostly, we assist people from all ages, from children up until adulthood, even sports people, because everyone needs their feet, and we need to make sure we need to keep it healthy. This is our transport. So anything that happens, it's like, it does put you at the ship of life, so we're always trying to preserve those.
So what are the services that you offer in your practice?
The services that I offer, I deal with all kinds of podiatry conditions, from skin conditions, from muscle problems, bony, even injuries like sports injuries, skin conditions like your corns, your wounds, I also deal with nerve problems. A lot of diabetic patients also I do see, and arthritic patients. So it's a very broad profession, and the nice thing about it, I'm able to interact with other healthcare professionals, because mostly our patients, they need like a multidisciplinary. So we need to give everyone the time to do their work for the patients.
Oh wow, that makes sense. So I want to ask, right, what are the common symptoms that people normally have at home but they take lightly while they should actually be consulting with a podiatrist?
It's like the smallest things, like your toe, like your small big toe, can even be painful from your shoes. Like even your shoes sometimes can, they worn out in a different side. I mean, I think it's because it's sometimes because the way you walk, the way you even if you play sports, the kind of transport you also use, and the work that you do. Because a lot of people, we wear different shoes for different professions. Even just hard skin, people do ignore that. It's like even a simple con, everyone ignore that. So there's a lot that people ignore.
You touched something on shoes, right? I didn't know that it's so important in terms of that, right?
Yes, shoes, they tell you a lot about your health also. Because when you walk, like your foot, it's like your whole body weight, it has to be balanced by your foot. So your shoes, sometimes they need to also balance that. And if you wear certain kind of shoes, they might make you limp, like walk in a certain way.
Yeah.
So it's the little things that people ignore. It's usually something that could be something big.
Okay, so you could have worked as a practitioner, right? You could have worked in government, or you could be working for someone else, but you chose to take the journey of being entrepreneur. In South Africa,
In South Africa,
right? What inspired the idea?
The inspiration came from different things. Like from my family, my grandfather used to be an entrepreneur. He had a shop. So for me, I actually.
So it's a cousin.
It's a cousin. So that, yeah. And also the nice thing about being an entrepreneur is that you have your own, you work at your own time. And you work at your own
You're
time.
your own boss.
You're your own boss. And then there's a lot of benefits, leadership skills that you get. And also there's a lot of things that we also want: financial freedom. We want to grow as people. And I want to grow in my career, because here it's like I'm mostly alone. So anything that I do, I need to figure it out. If I I need assistance, I need to go out, but I need to gather everything here, learn everything. So it also, career-wise, it does build you up, and there's different conditions that everyone comes with. So today it's this, tomorrow it's that. So sometimes I need to go back to the books. So it's like it's forever learning about being an entrepreneur, and the fact that with being an entrepreneur, it does also keeps your mind at ease, because it also grounds you, because there's certain things that you can't do. It does ground you. So you always have to think about the next tomorrow, because there's no one, I'm not employed, there's not like a salary coming in. I need to go and actually make sure I actually get something.
Okay.
So that's
I love it when the youth they take leadership of their own futures. And congratulations on that. Big ups to you. I also want to ask, right, in terms of being an entrepreneur in your field, what are the regulatory aspects of things to consider and the financial implications?
Hey, it's for a black child, it's there's a lot of things that you and it's important to have like the support, because there's a lot of things that you need to spend money before you even, because you need to register with the HPCSA, you need to register with the Board of Health, and you're just coming from varsity and you still need to graduate. So you need to pay all of these things and find space and still market yourself and So there's a lot of money that you need as a black person
before you can even
start. And that's one of the things why I went and worked for this other black podiatrist woman.
Okay.
So I was working for her for some time, maybe before the whole of last year, from February up until August. So I worked for her. She taught me a lot of things. And I was saving up some money also there. So, and also at home I wanted, but I didn't want them to do everything. They've already done enough, like throughout varsity. I remember like it was a burden to them. Not really a burden, but it was, when you know.
I understand.
But yeah, as a black child, we need a lot of support.
Definitely makes sense in terms of financial support, right? It's not just in the health sciences
just in the
field.
health,
it's
just all sectors.
Definitely. I also want to ask, what are the challenges that you are facing currently as a practitioner in South Africa who's independent?
During COVID, currently it was because of COVID. A lot of people, because of COVID, they didn't want to come to medical centers. They didn't want anything to do with health because it's like the hotspot. And there's a lot. Being a black podiatrist in South Africa, not everyone knows about
Definitely, not everyone knows about it. I knew about it as I was growing along, but I have never consulted in one, so I understand.
Also, it's like in the public institutions, like the public hospitals, not all of them they have a podiatrist in hand, and all of them they should, even the clinic, there should be one from the primary district and also the tertiary. But here within the city in Joburg, so everyone has access to everything. So more privileged than the ones in other provinces. So
Definitely.
It does. And also being a black entrepreneur, a lot of black people, they're
skeptical about
they prefer.
Plus you're young, they're a bit skeptical about it.
But they don't understand that you are trained and you have the right skills for it, just like any other one that has been around. And the nice thing about being now is that you are current. Like with health, it's always evolving. So there's always new technology, new ways of doing things. So people must just show up. Support a black brand. People should go and check their health. They should. Right. Everything. It's like you should be aware of even if you're not sick. Don't wait until you're sick.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just go and just get
at least once a year. Have a checkup of everything.
Just once a year.
Yeah. I want to ask as well, right? What do you need a referral to come and see a podiatrist, or you can just rock up?
You just rock up. Depending on where your podiatrist, where you're situated. Some podiatrists they wanna by appointment only, but you don't need a referral letter. Don't need. You just need to be there. You just need to find your own podiatrist. You need to know that there's someone that deals with this, the foot, the lower limbs, and I have a problem. Let me get into it. Let me do it. But no referral. But a lot of referrals come from other healthcare practitioners because they know your work. And even some healthcare practitioners, we have to teach them about the profession. Because it's not just the people, the general public, even around health also. Because podiatry in South Africa is still new. And
it is.
And there wasn't even a lot of black podiatrists. Only now and then we're growing in numbers and expanding to different areas.
Yeah, you did mention in the background.
It's very nice. I'm happy for the future of podiatry in South Africa.
That's why we are called the future, guys. We are documenting what is about to be the beginning of black history. And I'm so excited about the future, what the future holds for us as the youth. Before I let you go, Doctor, thank you so much for allowing us in this space.
Thank you so much.
Just an advice for someone who's sitting there at home, who has thrown in the towel, they feel like their dreams will never come true. That boy from that small town who cannot see beyond their horizon, how do they keep the dream going internally without relying on external things? What would you like to say? to that person?
Firstly, I think it's important to know when I deep down what you want. You know, there's that dream that you specifically want, and listen to it, and like trust also the process, because it's different from everyone. For some people it takes longer, for some it's just quick, and then they've reached their destination, and then some people need to, because also with the challenges also, I feel like it's God's way of preparing you for the place where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, he prepares your character for the blessing.
So that when you get there, whatever you
don't embarrass his
you
glory.
you need to be a testimony. So you need to also keep your head up, Shem. Also look around, like there's a lot of inspiration from your neighbor, from your friend who's no longer around there. Like find your motivation also, and also keep the dream.
Basically just dare to dream.
Dare. And trust the process. And it's not easy, and sometimes you need to cry, so let it all out. Like, be yourself. Love, we're human, we can't get it right, we learn as we go.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. You're doing so well for yourself at your age. I'm so proud of you. I'm a proud South African because of people like you who are literally taking their future into their own hands. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it, Mzansi, another beautiful, black, successful story. I'm so excited for what the future holds for us. We are definitely documenting what is about to be the beginning of black success, black history. Well, after the break, we have a conversation with the people that work with Dr. Zama Mda. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back. I'm currently sitting with one of the practitioners that work in the very same medical center as Dr. Zama. Hi, Dr. Portia. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Hi, how are you?
I am well, thank you. I love this beautiful, comfortable chair of yours. Can you please tell us, what is your role in this medical center?
Okay, I'm Dr. Portia. I'm the resident dentist at JewelCity Medical Centre. So my role is as a dentist to take care of the oral health, because without oral health care, there's no general health. Meaning that you can't go to the GP and be sick if there's something wrong in your mouth, right? You can't take even if they get you antibiotics, if you can't eat, how are you gonna take that medication? You see? Yeah, so everything starts in the mouth. Some of the general diseases, they present in the mouth first before they start to show up in your body also. For example, your HIV, STIs, diabetes, they present early in the mouth. So that's also where the dentist comes in. It's not just your toothache and your extractions and day-to-day things. Also, it's important that you go for your annual checkup every 6 months. That's what we also do here at JewelCity.
So minimum just 2 times a year. Go to a dentist.
Every 2 times a year, every 6 months, yes.
Okay. So how is it working with Dr. Zama?
Working with Dr. Zama, I met him last year, August. It's been 9 months knowing Zama. Zama is, the question was, how is it working with Zama? Okay, it has been nice working with Zama. It has been a wonderful experience. It's peaceful working with Zama. We learn from Zama. It's nice. It's nice coming to work. Zama laughs, jokes. It's nice.
It's a healthy environment, literally and figuratively.
Exactly.
Okay,
yes.
so what have you learned from him?
Okay, what I've learned from Zama, you need to be a people's person. You see? Yeah, so a person with a personality like you must be kind. Zama is kind. You learn to work with kindness, even under pressure. You must laugh, need to laugh. It's good for your muscles also. Laughing is good for your face.
And you mentioned also in the background that Zama is bringing in the numbers. I am here for that, child.
Zama knows the food. He knows everyone.
He knows people who know other people.
Exactly. Zama, for you.
No, that is good. I think especially for someone who's in entrepreneurship, I think it's a very good trait to have.
Yes.
Yeah. We are currently sitting with Edricus, who's also an employee in the medical center. Thank you for having us, Edricus.
I'm so glad I could be part of all of this with you guys.
Thank you. So please tell me, how is it working with Zama?
With Zama, I haven't known Zama for so long. I could say well over a year now, and it has been an amazing journey with him.
That's nice. So please tell me, what have you learned from him?
What I've learned from Zama over the last couple of months was, seeing that he is a podiatrist at our center, I have learned how to manage wounds on your feet. He has taught me quite a lot about diabetic patients, how to manage their feet accordingly. And I think that's about it, yes.
Okay. And you also mentioned that you're in the accounts department, right?
Yes.
What is your role? What do you do specifically?
I am an accounts receivable clerk. So I basically deal with medical aids on a daily basis. So I communicate with medical aids with regards to claims and so forth.
Are there any challenges that you're facing in terms of claims with medical aids?
Yes, there is definitely quite a few that I have to face every single day. One of my main struggles, co-payments. A lot of our patients does not know what the co-payment is. So sometimes I would submit a claim to medical aid only to find out that there's a co-payment which the patient or the member is not aware of. So then I have to actually contact that member and then explain to them how the whole co-payment works with the medical aid.
Just briefly, how does it work?
The co-payment is actually, the medical aid would only pay a certain part of your claim that has been submitted to them. And then whatever else the balance is on that claim, the member is then liable to settle that.
Is this something that is communicated to people before they take on their medical schemes?
It should actually be. According to my knowledge, yes, all members are told as to the rules and regulations, the pros and the cons of the medical aid, obviously before they sign up with any scheme.
Well, thank you for making time for us.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Well, there you have it, Mzansi. Another beautiful story of a young man who dared to dream, took that leap of faith, and definitely did not allow his background to determine his future. I'm so proud of him, and we wish him nothing but the best in his future endeavors. Definitely, the future of Black people is not black, it's bright, and he embodies all of that. We'll see you again next week. My name is Itumeleng Selepe, and goodbye.